Hello everyone, my name is Tarisa and today I'm going to explain to you about adverb clauses. So today we're going to learn about what an adverb clause is, the characteristic, the formula, the different types of adverb clause, the conjunction that we use, and of course some examples. Okay, let's start with the most basic questions. What exactly is an adverb clause? Adverb clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb, and it functions as an adverb in a sentence. Now, if you hear that definition and think, what does that actually mean? Don't worry, let's make it easier. First, we already know what an adverb is. An adverb usually gives us extra information about an action. For example, she sings beautifully. In this sentence, the word beautifully tells us how she's singing. So beautifully is an adverb because it describes the verb sings. Okay, now let's look at another example. I stayed at home because it was raining. Let's break this sentence into two parts. The first part is I stayed at home. This is called the main clause. Why? Because it can stand alone and still have a complete meaning. But if you just say I stayed at home, you already understand the sentence. And now the second part is because it was raining. This is the adverb clause because it gives us extra information about the main clause. Why did I stay at home? The answer is because it was raining. Now, how can we recognize an adverb clause? There are a few characteristics that we can look at. First, an adverb clause has a subject and verb. For example, because I was tired. I is the subject and was is the verb. Second, an adverb clause starts with a subordinating conjunction. Some examples are because, when, if, although, while, before, after, and so that. Third, an adverb clause is a dependent clause, so it's normally cannot stand alone. And fourth, it gives extra information about the main clause. It can tell us when, where, why, how, under what condition, for what purpose, and so on. So when you're trying to identify an adverb clause, you can check these things first. Does it have a subject and verb? Does it start with a subordinating conjunction? Now let's talk about the formula. The basic formula of an adverb clause is subordinating conjunction plus subject plus verb. For example, because I was tired. So we get because I was tired, that's our adverb clause. But remember, an adverb clause usually needs a main clause. So we can make a complete sentences. I went to bed because I was tired. Let's identify the parts. Main clause is I want to bed. Adverb clause because I was tired. So the formula to the complete sentences is main clause plus subordinating conjunction plus subject plus verb. But we can also put the adverb clause at the beginning, because I was tired, I want to bed. Now the formula becomes subordinating conjunction, subject plus verb plus main clause. So basically there are two common patterns. First, main clause plus adverb clause. Example, I want to bed because I was tired. Second, adverb clause plus main clause. Because I was tired, I want to go to bed. Now we're going to main part. There are several types of adverb clause. Now I will explain to you just four adverb clause. First is adverb clause of time. From the word time, we can already guess what is this. It tells us when something happened. So if the clause answers the question when, it can be an adverb clause of time. Some common subordinating conjunctions are when, while, before, after, until, since, and as soon as. Let's look at an example. I'll call you when I arrive home. The adverb clause is when I arrive home. The formula is when plus subject plus verb. Another example is after she finished her homework, she watched TV. Adverb clause is after she finished her homework. Second is adverb clause of place. This one tells us where something happens. The most common conjunction are where and wherever. Let's look at an example. You can sit wherever you want. The adverb clause is wherever you want. Okay, next we have adverb clause of reason or cause. This type explains why something happened. The example is she stayed home because she was sick. The adverb clause is because she was sick. So the formula is because plus subject plus verb. Another example, since it's raining, we decide to stay at home. Plus since it was raining, it's adverb clause. And the last we have adverb clause of purpose. This type tell us the purpose or goal of an action. For example, she studied hard so that she could pass the exam. Another example, he saved money so that he could buy a new phone. Okay, so now we reach the end of the explanation. Let's summarize anything that we learned today. An adverb clause is a dependent clause that contains a subject and verb, and it functions like an adverb. The basic formula is subordinating conjunction plus subject plus verb. An adverb clause usually starts with a subordinating conjunction, such as because, when, if, although, while, before, after, so, that, where, and others. There are several types of adverb clauses, which is time, place, reason, purpose, condition, contrast, manner, result. So that's all for my explanation about adverb clause. I hope this video helps you to understand what is adverb clause meaning. You can understand different types, the formula, the function, how to use it in a sentence. Thank you. Bye.